We have a lot of thunderstorms that develop across the Tennessee Valley here in the summertime, but what exactly causes thunderstorms to form, how lightning forms along with these thunderstorms, and we're also going to be talking about downbursts as well, because we do see a lot of those too. So let's go ahead and start from the very beginning. You have to have a thunderstorm that comes from a cloud. So first and foremost, we have got sun that will heat the earth during the day. It's what Jordan and I usually talk about as diurnal heating in the afternoon. That's usually when we see those pop-up afternoon showers and thunderstorms start to develop. So you have warm air parcels that are going to be rising, and they cool as they start to rise into the clouds, and you have the moisture that is squeezed out from those particles rising, and that is how we have clouds form. They have to pass the condensation level. So we have three different types of stages that we go through when we have thunderstorm formation. The first is the cumulus stage, where we have the warm air rising into the air, and that creates those clouds, that initial cloud. Then we have the mature stage. This is when we have the warm air going in, the rainfall coming out, and then of course we have the dissipating stage, which is where the thunderstorm starts to decrease in strength, and of course it will gradually move out of the area. So here's what the cumulus stage is all about. We have warm air that rises in an upward motion, helps with cumulus cloud formation. The mature stage is where the bulk of the thunderstorm activity is going to happen. The clouds will continue to grow from that warmer air rising, and we have a strong updraft included with a downdraft. Both of those happen at the same time. And then of course the dissipating stage begins. We have the downdraft where it becomes more dominant. The storms start to dissipate, and then they start to roll out of the area. So we have that rain, that thunder, that lightning that starts to form as well. So like we always say, when thunder roars, go indoors, because thunder is the sound of lightning cracking. So here is how lightning starts to form. We have the warm air that rises, which produces the storm clouds, like what we were talking about earlier. That's why we always talk about having frequent lightning in the summertime associated with some of these storms as well. You have ice particles and water droplets that are going to collide together within this cloud, and you'll have collisions from the particles that's going to cause positive and negative charges within that particular cloud. At the cloud top, you have the positive ions. At the bottom, you've got the negative ions. And then under the cloud, which are going to be trees, buildings, any type of thing that's sitting under that cloud, are going to be positively charged as well. So strikes happen from energy from the negative charge. It meets the leader from a positive charge, and that's what creates the flash of lightning, the cloud to ground lightning that we see sometimes. So positive strikes, they can occur from the storm anvil and meet the ground. Like I said, that's cloud to ground lightning, and that is because it is negatively charged. We have that negatively charged particle at the very bottom. So I want to talk about just exactly how hot lightning bolts can be. In fact, it's about 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun, and like I mentioned earlier, when thunder roars, you want to go indoors. So once again, lightning, they can strike from miles away from a parent storm. Heat lightning is not real. In fact, what you think is heat lightning is lightning that's just from a farther away thunderstorm within the horizon within your area. So here are a few safety tips. You want to avoid open fields, the top of hills, obviously, bridges, trees, other tall objects, ridges within mountains as well. Water safety. I know a lot of us like to spend the summer outdoors in the water, so obviously you want to stay away from the water because water acts as a conducer for lightning. And you want to stay away from metal objects such as poles, fences, umbrellas. We always like to talk about those as well. I mentioned earlier we have downbursts. Now, downbursts occur mostly in the summertime here for us across the southeast, not just us here in the Tennessee Valley. So what exactly is a downburst? I'm also going to be talking about that as well. You have to have a strong thunderstorm with a strong updraft to start to get the downburst to eventually make its way into some sort of formation level. The updraft will start to weaken, colder air will begin to build in the middle of the storm where we typically see the hail, the heavy rains start to form, and then we have a strong surge of air from the storm that's going to hit the ground and spread in all types of directions, so it's not just mainly focused on one particular area. So we have two different types of these events. We have a microburst and a macroburst. If a downburst is 2.5 miles wide or less, that's what we call a microburst. But if one of these is greater than 2.5 miles wide, that's what we call a macroburst. So that is what we usually see here across the Tennessee Valley here in the summertime. Lightning, thunderstorms, we sometimes see these microbursts as well form. So that's what this is all about here.